So for the first picture, we use extreme close-up shot to clearly shows how her eyes are looking outside the bar in an angry and desperate look that is filled with hatred and revenge. It is also shot in an eye-level angle so that the audience can feel like they're being put in the same position with her and thus sympathize with what the characters feel. We also added it in a black and white filter so that it gives out a dark feeling, which means sadness like the life that has no color due to being caged up behind the bars, which means like she's being prohibited from doing anything she wants. The next picture is shot in an eye-level angle and a close-up shot. Its aim is to show and make the audience feel how serious the character is by focusing on her facial feature like her eyes, which is closed while praying with her hands folded in front of her face. Her hands also shows the gesture of someone praying to God. In this case, it means that she's praying to get a blessing from God in order to break free from this system that is restricting her from doing anything that she wants to.
The third photo is about a girl sitting in front of a table with a few scattered paper. Long shot is used to emphasize she is set an Asian dining room where she commences to challenge the traditional concepts. She shows her confidence by looking up at the camera while lifting up her arms to gain power under warm lighting. However, part of the background was blurred due to the fact that we hope others to focus on the girl's gestures and facial expression for showing her determination. The fourth photo shows the girl holding a paper bin with the word freedom captured from a low angle. It's referring to the dream we desired in our life and get rid of the disturbance. Full shot and blurring are used to catch audience eye to focus on the plane, the main object carrying the most important thought in the picture. The background in color green represents peace and comfort and create the world with feeling freedom.
The fifth photo we use close-up to the leg to illustrate the girl seems to stamp the rules and to break them. Her hands on her hips showing her determination and strength. The sun's rays radiate a bright path. The angle is warm side to show the girl is powerful, so she is able to get freedom. The last photo using long shot, demonstrating the girl's jumping back. It is clear that she is so happy because she finally gets success and is free. The photo is full of sunshine, which also supports the bright future, and this picture can let the audience feel warm because eventually the girl has a good ending. From these tasks, we learn a lot of things. The first one is teamwork. We find that teamwork is very important for we can combine opinions from others, then it comes to a better idea. And the second one is how to use camera techniques. We find that different angles and different levels can cause different effects. For example, we take the photo in the chapel, but it is not very clear. But then we change the shot and it is clear to express the girl's emotion.
In doing this task, we're actually faced with some problems. The first one is about our schedule. The three of us, of course, all have different timetables, and because of that, we find it quite difficult to find a time where we can all meet together to do this task. Our schedule just don't match each other well. So in the end, to solve the problem, we decided that some of the pictures should be taken in pairs. But thankfully, for the editing process, we were able to find a time to meet together and do it. Not only about the schedule, but Melbourne's weather is also a big problem. Lately, Melbourne's weather is really bad. It keeps on being cloudy, dark, raining heavily, or even thunderstorm. So, every time we finally decided on a time to meet and take the pictures, it's always cancelled due to the rain. Because if the weather is too cloudy and dark and also raining, of course, we cannot take a good picture with a good lighting. And as we all know, lighting actually plays a crucial part in making a good picture.
Here is a tips about creating certain effect. Spelling paper is one of the elements in our third photo, which was quite challenging when we tried to make this effect. Eventually, we found out that folding the torn paper with strengthening arms was much better than stretching arms, as the torn papers could fall vertically so that the papers wouldn't out of camera. In conclusion, our theme freedom is demonstrated by a story of a girl pursuing her goal. Although the size of camera limits the objects of photos, which means we cannot put everything in the photos, we are very grateful that we can transform the techniques of taking photos, including different shots, angles, and codes, into real compositions.